Well, South Africa's second quarter GDP numbers rose 0.6%. The consensus was that it would go up 0.9%. Busisiwe Radebe, who's economist at Nedbank, is with us in studio. Was your projection also 0.6 or 0.9?
Oh my word, we were slightly higher than that, but we've got an excuse for that, totally. I think when you look at the numbers carefully and you look at mining and quarrying itself and value-added growth by that, we expected that to actually be a slight positive there, because we looked obviously at the stats SA production figures, and if you look at the production figures, which I looked at again today, we see that on a quarter-on-quarter basis, seasonally adjusted, that was up 0.1%. We couldn't understand that because we thought, we were in a strike for so long, but it seems as if probably we're going to get a revision there, because when you look at the mining figures in this particular GDP release, you saw that negative 24.7% in the first quarter, and in this quarter, the second quarter, you saw again it was down 9.4%. So we expected slightly higher there, and that's why we actually had that mismatch. And I think that's where most people had the mismatch. You didn't expect value added to be that low, minus 9.4, compared to what we saw on the production side, which was actually a slight positive 0.1.
The reality of these numbers that are out today, Busi, clearly we're not sitting in pretty anywhere.
It's not pretty. I remember I just sent my boss sort of an email when the numbers came out, and all he said was, ooh, not looking good. So it's absolutely not looking good. If I see what drove that growth of 0.6%, I mean, it's things like government services, a bit of transport and communications coming there. I think those were the two biggest drivers. They added about 0.4 percentage points there. It is not, you know, it is not looking pretty. It is not looking great at all, from that negative 0.6 that we've had in the first quarter to now sort of 0.6 positive, and where the growth is coming from, it's not broad-based at all. It is just these two little general government services and transport and communications. It does not look great at all.
So what happens in the bank now? You guys will sit down and think about your lending policies, and possibly, because economic growth is very much under pressure, be a bit more conservative?
You have to look at a whole bunch of things that are going on at the moment. You have to also look at what the Reserve Bank has said about interest rates in general. Even though I'm seeing this weak growth figure at the moment, twice or even thrice the Reserve Bank governor has told us that, look, rates are going up. So I must keep that in mind and say, look, on the one side, rates are going up. So people are going to, if you take out probably a loan right now, we know that interest rate on that loan, I must factor that in, that interest rates are actually going to go up. But the other thing I know about growth is I know that employment is not being created in this environment. So I know people don't have jobs really to take out that particular loan. So you look at every individual, sort of, you look at the individual, you don't look at the whole situation, sort of say, oh, growth looks this way. There's some people who aren't doing that badly in the situation. But if I look at things in general, you're going to have to think twice. You're going to see what's happening growth-wise. Jobs aren't doing well. People aren't going there and spending and doing that type of thing. But on the other side, I know that interest rates are also going up. So I must be very careful and put that into my model and say, can this person actually still afford this particular loan, the interest rate on this loan, because I know definitely rates are going up.
Knock-on effects all over the place. Well, that was Busisiwe Radebe, who's economist at Nedbank.